Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, a great way to support the channel is by leaving a like, by leaving a comment, or by subscribing if you have not already done so, because it does indeed help with Al Gore's rhythm. At the moment, Ledger is still having their crypto starter pack promotion. Woo! When you buy it, I don't know why I made that noise. I just assumed I would hear like in the background. After you buy your crypto starter pack, they give you a free $25 voucher, which allows you to buy $25 worth of cryptocurrencies if you so choose to do so. While I am not an employee of Ledger, I am an affiliate, and I do have an affiliate link in the description below for those of you who wish to partake in said offer. And without further ado, let's move on. There's a lot of really weird stuff happening in the cryptocurrency space. We're going to go over all of it as usual, like we always do. However, at the moment, it's all good, weird stuff. The cryptocurrency market is looking good. It's been going up for about a good 2 days, something or other, which is something that we are definitely going to talk about in a couple of seconds as well, because it's kind of coinciding with something else. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says Ethereum bulls keep pushing. Why rally isn't over yet. This one says Bitcoin consolidates. Ethereum and altcoins extend gains. This one says Ethereum price shoots up by 6.5% as Ethereum address activity surpasses Bitcoin's for the first time. We've had a lot of different metrics as far as Ethereum surpassing or passing by Bitcoin. One of the major things has usually been, when we discuss it, has been the amount of network activity happening on Ethereum as opposed to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is transacting huge sums of money back and forth, but at the same exact time, Ethereum is doing tons of transactions because of ICOs, DeFi, and all the other things that are happening on the actual network. And now we have actual address activity surpassing that of Bitcoin as well. So Ethereum, is actually even up a little bit more than 6.5. What it says, yeah, it was the article's from a couple of hours ago. Ethereum's doing very well. I don't have a lot of it in here because it seemed redundant, and I can just simply say it. There's a lot of attention being paid to the next upgrade or update to Ethereum, known as EIP 1559. We've discussed it 1,500 times before. We do not have to do it again, but there are a lot of people who are very excited for this. I went over it about 2 videos ago, I think it was, for those of you who missed it. Basically, Ethereum will become deflationary, and we finally have proper numbers. It will become deflationary by, I think, 1.4% per year, which is absolutely incredible. That's how hard that the coin burn is going to be. There are a lot of, once again, we've had this for the past couple of weeks, and this isn't anything spectacularly new, but we've had an enormous amount of whatchamajaggers, mega investors basically coming out and popping up saying that they prefer Ethereum over Bitcoin. There were a couple of Ethereum is going to flip Bitcoin sometime this year articles, which I'm like, okay, sure. Once again, simply being not that I don't believe that Ethereum can pass by Bitcoin. It's simply that we've been hearing this since 2017. It did not happen. I always expect myself Ethereum to remain the number 2 coin. I don't think it will falter anytime soon. I think we will basically hit brand new, amazing, wonderful all-time highs. But passing Bitcoin, at least at the moment, doesn't seem entirely realistic. This one says, Bitcoin stuck near 35,000. What could trigger a strong rally? There are an enormous amount of first of all, at least at the time of me making this video, we just passed by 35,000. No more than like an hour or 2 ago. What I said we were going to talk about in a couple of seconds is, for those of you who have not seen the video, it's another YouTube channel. This guy made a video on the Wyckoff chart. That is WYCOKFF. I think that's how you spell it. Chart, where basically he made it about a month and a half ago, where he explained all the movements that we have seen currently in the cryptocurrency market are indications of institutional investors, very heavy-handed money people, entering the market and basically leaving their mark, if you will, to let everyone know that they're here. They're buying up as much Bitcoin as they possibly want, and in a certain way that they're also able to actually move the market in a way that pushes smaller people out. That's kind of the idea. It happens in every single market. It happens everywhere. We're not going to get into the other real estate things that are also happening around the world right now, and equities and other markets. But yes, So if the Wyckoff chart, and I'm telling you this exclusively, if the Wyckoff chart actually does play out, we should, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, hit 36,000 either sometime today or tomorrow. And I think the weirdest part about the Wyckoff chart, which would then also still validate the stock to flow chart, was if we are at $40,000 per Bitcoin, I think by the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd of July. There's no actual date on the actual chart per se, but you can kind of see where it is. I think there's going to be one more dip then to 35,000, and then it looks like a straight shot upward, which also then is exactly what the stock to flow chart says as well. So we have very, very interesting times in front of us. It says Bitcoin is going to trade at $160,000 this year. This was said by Celsius CEO Alex Mashinsky. He's not the only one. There are multiple people saying this. They have been saying this for a very long time. I think a lot of people, I think it's been a small group of people who are relatively new to the market who have told themselves that as prices dropped, that was kind of it. Prices were not going to go any higher. Prices were only going to go lower, that they had missed the market was over, whatever people need to tell themselves. While on the other side, we've gotten news every single day that these institutions continue to buy in mass. And when you hear from the CEOs of these companies, not even just Celsius by itself, but I mean like the other really big names, Fidelity, the banks, yada, 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 they all expect Bitcoin to go past $150,000 this year. So it kind of ends up being not even a what do they know kind of thing. It's more like they're just looking at the charts. They see the accumulation happening. We've been talking about every dip that we've had. We've had an article to follow it that said that during the mega dip, whales accumulated, that is to say the largest addresses out there, accumulated another 90,000 Bitcoin. And so, yeah, that's all the price news, at least for the memento. We'll see where the rest of the week ends up taking us. Like I said, 36,000 is the number to kind of look out for. If we hit 36,000, then it basically is confirmed in my mind that chart has been correct the entire time. But only time will tell. Yeah. Without further ado, wait, what's this one? Wait. I don't even have to read this one. It says a growing number of asset managers are suddenly betting on a Bitcoin price rise. What are they seeing? They're seeing exactly everything we were just talking about. They know that other institutions are buying. They've seen the other interest in the market. They've seen the growing interest, even like the Bitcoin futures market, which is also a very big thing as well. It's all pointing to a price rise. It's clear that they're accumulating. We even have news all the time that even smaller addresses, if you will, are also accumulating all the time. So this all leads up to a crunch, to a lower supply that is actually floating around. But once again, only time will tell. And now, without further ado, let's move on. Wow, this was very popular news. Ricardo Salinas, the third wealthiest person in Mexico, says fiat is fraud because it does not have a finite supply, and all governments do is deflate people's assets by emitting or printing more of it into the supply. Salinas, who already has 10% of asset value invested in Bitcoin, that was also a very big portion of the news. We'll get back to that in 1 second, says he would choose Bitcoin as an investment over fiat and other assets. The billionaire said in an interview that fraud is inherent to the fiat system, and this can be seen in the USA Today. That is not the USA Magazine Today. It's more in the... According to him, the dollar being hard money was a joke. He said fiat is a fraud. Look, I started my career in 1981. The Mexican peso was 20 to 1 to the US dollar. Today it's at 20,000 to 1. Don't tell me. This was, I think we've had news from this man before sometime last year. I'm not certain because and to be honest, we get a lot of really rich people every single day talking about how much they love Bitcoin, which indicates to me that they've been in the cryptocurrency space for a while and probably have very healthy portfolios, if you kind of want to put it that way. The normal number that we hear and have heard, you probably have heard this as well, is that you should aim to put around 1% of your portfolio into any given asset. If it is a riskier asset, you put 0.5% into it. However, if you really love the asset, you put 2%, maybe even 3%. We've had news last week, and the week before that, and the week before that, and the week before that, because they come out every single day, that there are a number of hedge managers, hedge funds, family offices, and all these other things who have put at least 5% of the total wealth of the money that they are holding or dealing with into Bitcoin. When this man announced that 10% of his portfolio is in Bitcoin, my ears shot up, opened up, my ears were peaking. Almost said pooping. It doesn't make any sense. You understand what I'm trying to say. Little side note, just so I can get this out of my head. I noticed there are a lot of new people here at the channel, and people keep wondering. I saw someone's comment basically say, why do you keep saying weird words and things like that? It's because it's how my brain works. I'm not doing it for comedic effect. I promise you, if I was trying to be funny, you would all have left already. It's just how I talk. It's how my brain works. Even when I'm not on the channel, I promise you, this is just how my brain works. I will say certain things until I can kind of file through everything until I hit it. But at most points, I'll say words like burgerbolo because it's the only thing my brain has to kind of wipe it out of the way. Just what I say that I'm seeing an enormous amount of comments recently with people saying that. Not that I have a problem with you having a problem how I talk. It's just more of it's an explanation so we can all kind of move forward together. So the news is this is another wealthy person who has come out to say that he loves Bitcoin, and I understand explicitly, and I see it clear as crystal water, day, sunlight, moonbeam power, and all that other stuff, that Bitcoin is going to go to unforeseen numbers. I do not think people understand what it means for the richest people on the planet to no longer back the US dollar and consistently say that they are buying massive amounts of Bitcoin. I spoke to you all thousands of times before about the amount of Bitcoin that's actually out there still circulating. I do not think there is a lot left. I do think that the richest people on the planet will be cryptocurrency holders and investors, and I feel like explicitly, and this worries me very much, that we are going to get to a point in a year or two. First of all, even Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin is currently at 35,000. I've said this before. I do not think that there are many people who can go, I think I want to buy an entire Bitcoin. It's just not a thing. I do not know personally many people who can even buy a tenth of a Bitcoin right now from their bank account, just explicitly. And even and I'd even go as far to say as, $350 worth of Bitcoin for a lot of people is probably also a real stretch, especially when you have a lot of other things to pay and you have kids. On the flip side of that, the people who are accumulating, I think have been accumulating for a while. If we end up getting to these 100, 200, 300, 400, 600,000, I read an article yesterday. It said in 10 years, Bitcoin will be $10 million. This is going to be, the word isn't even fascinating, and I can't find one in my head. We are going to enter a very strong wealth transfer that is actually currently taking place right now, especially, and I mean, I have to have another video about it, but it's happening right now, even within real estate. Mega companies are buying up all the property. I don't mean some of it. And these aren't like speculative buys. The entire idea is that if we own everything, we don't have to sell anything because we already own it. When new things are built, we also own those. So everyone else who comes into the market can only rent from us. And I think that's where Bitcoin is heading. I think that's basically where we are right now, especially with the Wyckoff chart and the movements that we've been seeing. It's clear, to me at least, that the richest people on this planet own nearly all of the Bitcoin. They want to own all of the Bitcoin. And this is not financial advice, but I think it may be a good time to reevaluate to see if it is necessary to have certain cryptocurrencies in your portfolio. Mainly one, because it's clear that this is going to be a juggernaut in the future. And I would be a little upset if after 5 years of doing this channel that a lot of people didn't take notice to what's taking place. So anyway, I tried to say that as best I could, but I'm pretty sure I spoke in English, so you understood what I'm saying. Yeah, it says a Mexican billionaire endorses Bitcoin, says he'd hodl, or he plans on holding for at least 30 years. And this one also says his bank is working on accepting Bitcoin. It's fairly obvious the course that we're going down, and this is why all the institutions firmly believe that Bitcoin is going to $500,000. So just keep that in mind. Next up, in news I missed, but my gosh, this will not stop being popular. Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey have agreed to discuss Bitcoin at the B Word event, which is taking place on the 21st of July. The conversation was apparently confirmed in a Twitter thread, which started with a tweet from Dorsey promoting the event. The hashtag Bitcoin development community above all else, Dorsey tweeted, linking the event. As more companies and institutions get into the mix, we all want to help protect and spread what makes hashtag Bitcoin open development so perfect. The day is focused on education and actions to do just that. Musk in return replied, I'm pretty sure I can't say that. He said, B, the letter, curious, referring to the B word aspect of the event title and promoting Dorsey to invite him for a talk at the event. To share all of his curiosities, Musk accepted the invitation because he would never say no to something. For him to be on stage and have cameras on him, he would just never say no. And Dorsey said he would set it up for the upcoming event. A lot of people have become dramatically bullish on this event. Here is the tweet right here for the B word from Jackson Dorsey. That is not his real name. Maybe it might be. I actually have no idea if Jack is short for something. The idea is that it is going to be one of the gigantomistest advocates for Bitcoin on the planet, Mr. Jack Dorsey himself, is going to be talking to Musky. And the hope is that Jack Dorsey knows so much that Elon Musk will throw out questions. Jack Dorsey can ninja slice them or negate them, and basically have Elon Musk become aware of all the mistakes and nonsensical things that he has said over the course of the last 6 months. A lot of people are very excited for this. I will, of course, be watching in as well, just because I'm sure some fireworks will be taking place. Just because, logic. But a lot of people are very excited about this. I'm not going to really say any more on it. It's more of I kind of can't wait, because I would love if this was the finality of Elon Musk randomly tweeting absolute nonsense and knowing that he's going to crash our prices. But alas, here we are. So that's the B word news. I looked to see if this was going to be, maybe this is only digital. I looked for like an actual event location, but could not find it. Anyway, that's the B word news. And let's move on. I would have made a separate video for this, for stupid news, but I'm just going to do it here because I don't feel like making a separate video for stupid news. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies bought from exchanges outside of India could cost Indian investors additional tax. While the tax department is looking to whether crypto falls under the 2% equalization levy, this was reported by the Economic Times. Services provided in India by overseas e-commerce companies are subject to equalization levy, also colloquially called the Google tax, but the experts are still uncertain how it's acceptable to crypto. They said the way the new equalization levy is worded and defined, it appears it would also be applicable on cryptocurrency bought from an exchange not based in India. I don't have to read any further. I know that a lot of these, so how do I even backtrack on this? This is not the only news that's like this today. There's actually something else, but I decided for the sake of my own mental health not to have it in this video as well, because I was afraid of having a 99-minute long rant. We are increasingly seeing a number of countries around the world looking for a way to control the cryptocurrency space. They have come to the hard realization, not making fun, that they cannot control Bitcoin. They cannot control the blockchain. They do not have the capacity currently to have over 51, 69, 70,000 bajillion percent over the hash rate, and therefore they cannot control what actually happens to the transactions and what have you. So the way that they do this is by trying to control cryptocurrency exchanges, or by telling people within said country, if you do X, you have to do Y. That's kind of the entire idea. I'm not sure, and I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, which hurts, and I'm going to say that they do understand how blockchain works. These coins are not in a different country. These coins are not floating around in the moon or on Mars. They are on the blockchain. The blockchain is shared across every single computer who has downloaded the nodes, who has downloaded the network, and therefore it is shared. It is everywhere at the exact same time, and this is how the blockchain works. It is a ledger that is updated continuously as every single transaction takes place on the network. There are no cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin that is actually outside of India or one that's outside of the United States. It is on the blockchain at all times. You send it to a different address, to a different private key on the blockchain when you are sending cryptocurrencies. The entire idea of purchasing crypto abroad does not exist. It is not a thing. I hope one day, I know one day, that we will get past all of this, especially as all these cryptos have completely private transactions on them. But for the moment, it's just a little special is the word that I'm going to use. We've had this before for many other countries as well who are trying to procure and or make sure that the crypto that enters their country kind of stays there, enters their country, or same exact thing with China. You know, you can only trade your crypto within here. That's not how it works. We are so far beyond that idea, and I know it's even a bit of a weird concept to get your mind around. Imagine something that's everywhere at once. Imagine a network of underground cables that runs through the earth, which we actually do have, but whatever you try to do to it, whatever information you try to access from it, it's there immediately at all times. That's what the blockchain is. You can be in India right now. You can pick up your computer and go to Montreal. You can go to New York. Your Bitcoin has not moved. Your computer has moved and you have moved. The coins that you have are still on the blockchain. They cannot be physically taken out or owned by anyone. You can have the private keys to said account on your computer, but trying to tax something that was purchased abroad is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard of in my entire life. And I, once again, I know that we're still chained to the old system, and I know that these things will eventually have to change because the cryptocurrency space is far outpacing anything the old economic traditional world was doing. But to hear things like this and to read it is like, wow. I'll show you the other article at some point very soon as well. But I read it and was like, you can't be serious. You have to understand that that's... Anyway, okay. All right. So that's the... Indians could be charged an extra 2% tax because they don't understand how blockchain works. I try to do the benefit of the doubt thing, but it's clear that they don't. All righty. Let's move on. Next up, 2 payment firms have partnered to roll out crypto payments across 50,000 electric charging vehicle stations in Europe. The partnership is between Irish e-commerce and mobile payment solution firm HIPS, literally HIPS, Payment Group Limited, and Vority, a Swedish firm that specializes in unattended payment facilities such as electronic vehicle charging stations. The integration of crypto payments with charging stations will occur over the next 3 years, starting from November of this year. The firm hasn't revealed which cryptocurrencies, wink, wink, that was only one wink, but Vority has dropped a pretty strong hint that Ethereum is likely going to be among the first released in an image. Here's the image right here, and here's the image for Ethereum. Just say which coins you're going to do. I don't know. Do they like making sure that they're surprising people? Or we know that it's going to be Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's always Bitcoin and Ethereum. What ends up happening is it's always Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then we find out that said country or said company really likes a certain coin, so they'll end up adding Litecoin, or they'll end up adding Lumens, and then at some point they end up adding some stable coins as well. It's always the exact same thing. The idea, okay, cool, wonderful. The news being 50,000 of them across Europe are going to be crypto payment offerings. Duh. Cool, that's wonderful. Can't wait for that to happen all over the place. I love how, now bear with me for half a second. The title says 50,000 electric vehicle charging stations in Europe. Now, imagine reading this article in 1998. It's 1998. I walk up to you and say, hey, in the future, we have not only electronic vehicles, but these vehicles will be charged and used by cryptocurrencies. What's a cryptocurrency? It's digital money. You don't even hold it. It's on your phone. What do you mean a phone? Here's my smartphone. It kind of blows someone's mind. Now, like I said, just stay with me for half a second. And then I looked at the photo, and it's clearly these futuristic cars running on like an electrical self-driving. This one doesn't even have wheels. Motor type of thing. And basically, to make this long story short, because it was going to be long, I was discussing with my friends. I said, don't you find it really weird that it's the year 2021 and like nothing? I know it's because of the world leaders, but doesn't it feel like we're still like in like 1999 or something like that? It's just, everything just seems old. Like we have smartphones and like you're watching me or listening to me on a computer, but that's it. Like, doesn't it seem like the world should have come so much further along? Like, even when we have the idea of digital currency, like, you know, the old system is clinging on so tight. I feel like just mathematically, we should be at least like 50 years ahead in like looks of the world, like as far as like technology and self-driving cars already being everywhere. I'm not talking about like Tesla being like, well, in 2025, we'll roll them out. I mean, like, why am I rambling on? Anyway, I saw the photo and thought it was really funny because someone created this image based off of this title. So the idea was when you hear 50,000 electric vehicles charging by cryptocurrencies, you assume that the world already kind of looks like this, but alas, it doesn't. Anyway, that's enough of my ranting. I have a lot in me, I'm telling you. You have no idea. Some days I sit with my friends and we go for hours just off of random nonsense. Anyway, that's cool. Also weird that IOTA wasn't mentioned. IOTA had partnered with a number of car companies within Europe. I think they're German? A number of car companies over the last couple of years to actually accept IOTA and use the Tangle, that is their blockchain, but no mention of them. Fascinating. And to finish things off, Tether now has a Twitter emoji. Not sure why that was necessary, but sure. I think it's now Bitcoin, BTC. I don't think Ethereum even has a little thing next to it. There's another coin that also has its own little logo. Alrighty. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Roman Gaba, Bitcoin Ben, Arachno Dave, Tony Ambroski, The Dealer's Den, Red Plump Tomato, Umnu, Wishniki, The Letter M, Stephen Dirks, Not Brain, Captain Something in the Z-Way, Lay, Crypto, Black Sheep, AJ Cut 5, Speedy655, and Carlos was like, Mo Barazzi, Jojo Shawshow, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grolet, Lauren De Silva, Quoted Biddy, Bare Bones Mining, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Paternoster, Conan, Don't Skip Leg Day, Snacky Chan, Tolek Banana, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Martin Stoyer, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, Bibliophobia, Todd, Mullis, Adam, Graysick, Mohar Maroni, Master Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Knight, Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Damien Setsuna, Richie Rich III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Anthony Charles, Jim Gardner, Minting Coins. Wait. Richie Rich III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins. What was, okay, I got that. Miller Hitch Test Every Day on Calskip's Leg Day. Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigra Machonisa, All Crypto with Lionel, Crayola Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel, who clicked the little join button below. Thank you to everyone who left a like, who left a comment, or who has subscribed. Thank you. People were asking where I was. I was traveling. I was away. I was oot in a boot, as they say. Just trying to see different things, and I was traveling so much that I did not have the time to be able to actually make videos over the course of 2 days. One of them was a Sunday, it's a Sunday. But yesterday I was definitely also still traveling. I'm still very tired. I'm not sure if you can tell. I feel aged. Like, as I'm looking at myself, like I feel like I've aged about a good 35 years. I woke up, looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like, ugh, it's kind of a lot. At the moment, you see these movements. These movements are absolutely ridiculous. These are people playing with the prices, trying to get as much as they can. These movements, especially if you are trading millions of dollars, equal to an enormous amount of money. Even just on 1% or 0.5% trades, you can make bank. Bitcoin is currently at 34,803. It was at 35,200, right around here. Ethereum is currently up by 3.8%. Every other coin is still following these harsh movements made by Bitcoin, but the larger part of the cryptocurrency market has been following Ethereum. It is up by $200 or $300 from the drop that we saw happening before. Everyone, I'm telling you, I mean, if rather, everyone who understands what's happening with EIP 1559 is very, very bullish right now. And the altcoins, once again, while they are tied to Bitcoin, they're also tied to Ethereum. So if Ethereum does well, every other altcoin also does well as well. As we can see as well with Ethereum Classic, this has been happening for years. Whenever Ethereum moves up, Ethereum Classic also pumps in price. It's kind of similar to the every time XRP rises up in price, Stellar Lumens also pumps in price as well. Everything's in green, at least for the Memento. Shiba Inu is up by 7%. OKB is up by 7%. Aave is up by 12%. Crypto Chain is up by 3%. Algorand is up by 4%. Celsius Network is up by 6%. Pretty good looking day. Yes, let's see where this all goes. I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are have had, continue to have a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.